Okay, so this is a pretty new thing. Yesterday I made a video on Rafael Leao when it became, and the rumours started flying that we may be in for him for 130 million euros. It's about 110 million pounds. And then the story that Diaz may be on his way out to Barcelona started gathering more momentum too. Coincidence? So, Liverpool have told Barcelona that Luis Diaz is not for sale, following an approach from the Spanish champions. Though a significant bid could still change things. Whenever we hear not for sale, must be this much, you know it's all negotiating tactics. You know it's all just mind games. We can't believe anything we read on those kinds of comments or statements from the clubs themselves. We just have to watch and see what happens. But the Athletic's David Ornstein reports that Barcelona made contact with Liverpool. So they've made contact. They've officially said, we are interested and we'd like to get Diaz. Which is maybe why we seem to be in for Leao. Because if we lose Diaz, we don't have that tricky, dribbling, speedy player that takes on defenders from the left-hand side. Gakpo can do it a little bit, but he's not that fast. And his dribbling is good, actually, for a man of his size. But it's not Diaz level. And he's not a trickster. He's not as unpredictable. And we would lose that. And so Leao would replace that for us with Diaz. Whether it's an upgrade, a downgrade, a sideways move is yet to be seen. Whether Leao is Diaz 2.0. Maybe he can score more goals than Diaz's 13 last season, which was still a high for Diaz, but not as high as we would like it to be, right? Now, it's hard to match Salah's output, of course, but a bit higher would be good when our attack is so dependent on those two wide players getting into goal-scoring positions. Apparently, Liverpool's response was unequivocal, where we immediately informed that no appetite, we're not hungry for that money. No appetite exists to trade a squad member whose slot is planning for the new season. However, the situation remains a confusing one, as the club has so far taken a stance that they would prefer to maximize his performance value. His performance value. The value his performances bring to the club overall. If he plays well, we're more likely to win the league, win the Champions League, win some cups, and that means more revenue for the club. And so that's the value. If we can maximize his performances, can Slot take him up a notch? Can he get more goals and more assists? Over the final 2 years of Diaz's contract, even if that means exiting as a free agent. Have the club not learned something with Trent? We let Trent run down his contract and he went and we got 10 million for the most in demand right back in the world. We only got 10 million. Do we really want to let Diaz go as a free agent at the end of 2 years? I'm not sure that's good business. But who am I to tell them, right? They know what they're doing, I don't. But, it feels weird. Paul Joyce this week claimed that Liverpool have no plans to open talks over an extension. So we have no plans to open talks to extend Diaz's contract. But we're also not interested in selling him. We want him to run down his contract. Is that what we're being told here? Unless bids land to change their stance. Unless bids land to change their stance. I think the club are looking to sell. I think the club are looking to sell Diaz. They're playing hardball with Barcelona. We're not that interested. Oh, you have to bid high. But I think we're looking to sell. Which is why we're in for Leao. Which is a shame though. Because I really like Diaz. I love watching him on the left. Of course, I do wish he was a little bit more productive with his output. Sometimes his runs go nowhere. Sometimes he holds onto the ball a bit too much. His end pass can be lacking. But he's a fun player to have in your team. And football is all about fun. It's all about enjoying it, right? Like, you want to enjoy watching your team play. You don't want a team that wins every match 1-0 but is boring as hell. You want to enjoy your team playing. And you want players that are unpredictable, that are fun, that do exciting things. And Diaz does that. I'd like to keep him. But if we do sell him, I'd definitely like to get Rafael Leão in. And then there's this article here. Ornstein revealed Liverpool's decision to reject Barcelona's Diaz interest. Is this more the same? They're saying the same thing? But there's a potential bidding war. Saudi Arabia and Barcelona's interests. So Barca are interested. But we know that the Italian clubs are kind of lacking funds at the moment. Italian, Spanish clubs, Barca and Real, are lacking funds, which is why Real was so keen to get Trent on a free. But Al Hilal and other Saudi clubs may be interested in Diaz. And we know they have money. They have money. They would be able to take Diaz for the 130 million euros that we then need to pay AC Milan for Rafael Leão. The Anfield Index analysis. I can't help but feel there's more to the situation than meets the eye. It seems as though the club is using media contacts to push the idea that Diaz is not for sale, to build hype around his potential transfer. That's exactly what I was saying. I've seen this play out before, and it feels like an attempt to spark a bidding war between Barcelona and the Saudi Pro League. I agree. That's exactly what I'm sniffing here as well. What about you? Do you think he's on the move? Do you think Liverpool are negotiating, arranging, propagandizing? Let me know in the comments. Support this channel, please. Let's grow together. I'll be very appreciative. I'll happily reply to any comments I get, and I'll speak to you very, very soon. Bye-bye.